All right, so this is going to tie together the second investigation, connecting ratio and rates. Again, there's 3 mastery points for this investigation, so let me go through a few more problems. Reminder, unit rate means per one. So let me just do this problem. Find the unit rate. What is the unit rate for miles per gallon if you travel 384 miles on 24 gallons of fuel? So I want per 1 gallon. So how do I go from 24 to 1? What division do I have to do? Probably 24 divided by 24, right? So my rule must be scale down by a factor of 24. So if you remember these notes, per serving is equal to, per serving or per gallon or whatever, it means 1. So this is a unit rate problem. So what they're saying is 384 miles to 24 gallons. So let's set up a proportion. 384 miles for 24 gallons. That's the information they gave me. But I want to know the unit rate. The unit rate is per gallon. So I need something equivalent to keep the same ratio, but I need to scale down to get to 1 gallon. So in order to do that, I'm going to think in my mind to get from here to here. First off, the number went down, so I need to divide. So 24 divided by what equals 1? The answer is 24. So I must be scaling down by a factor of 24. So whatever I do to the bottom, I also do to the top. So scale down by a factor of 24. I want to divide by 24. So what I need to know is, what is 384 divided by 24? So let me grab my calculator real quick. 384 divided by 24 equals 16. So 16 miles per 1 gallon is the unit rate. It is equivalent to 384 miles with 24 gallons. So 16 miles should be the answer. Let me see. The unit rate is 16 miles per gallon. All right. Let's look at. So as usual, there's a video for a lot of these, but let's close this out and go to the next indicator. So we're going to stay with connecting ratios and rates. Let's go to this indicator. Let's try this one. Let's read the problem. It says, reasoning. The table shows how much fertilizer to use on lawns of different sizes. Use pencil and paper. Describe at least 3 ways to use the table to find how much fertilizer to use on 250 square feet of lawn. Then find the amount. All right. So we need to know 250. 50, 100, 150, 200, 250 would have been next. So we're trying to find how much pounds of fertilizer would be for 250. So let's look at let's find a unit rate so we can figure this out. Let's set up a proportion. So we know. Okay, let's set up a proportion. What do we know? We know 50 square feet is 16 pounds. So let's write that down. All right, so the information I saw on the table was 50 square feet was giving you 16 pounds. So I just wrote this information as a fraction. So I want to keep that same ratio when I'm trying to find something equivalent for 250 square feet. So how do I get from 50 to 250? So I'm going to use multiplication, obviously, because it went from a small number to a bigger number. So because the number increased, I'm trying to think of a multiplication that where I can multiply times 50 and get 250. Let me think about this. Let me count on my fingers. 50, 100, 150, 200, 250. Looks like times 5. It might be my rule. If I wasn't sure, I can always use multiplication or division on my calculator. Like if I didn't know, I could have did 250 divided by 50. And I should get 5. Yep. So basically, from here to here, I'm scaling up by a factor of 5. So whatever I do to the top, I need to do to the bottom. So what is 16 times 5? 80 pounds. All right, let's do one last question. We're going to stay with the same connecting ratios and rates. This time I'm going to do the last indicator. Use a unit rate to solve a problem. So at least I know I'm going to use a unit rate. Let me just try this problem. Remember, unit rate means per 1 in the denominator. Challenge. A breakfast bar comes in 2 sizes. A 4-ounce bar comes in a box of 10. A box of the 9-ounce bars has 6 bars. The 4-ounce bar contains 20 grams of dietary fiber. How many grams of dietary fiber are in one box of a 9-ounce bar? A box of the 9-ounce bar contains 8 grams of dietary fiber. Okay. So I need to find 9-ounce bar and dietary fiber. How can I find that? Here it is. A box of the 9-ounce bars has 6 bars in them. Breakfast bar comes in 2 sizes. A 4-ounce bar comes in a box of 10. A 9-ounce bar comes in a box of 6. The 4-ounce bar contains 20 grams of dietary fiber. Oh, I understand now. Okay, so I have to use one proportion to figure out the other. So let me make sure I do what makes sense. So let's use the 4-ounce bar because we have both pieces of information for the 4-ounce bar. So the box of 10 has 20 grams of dietary fiber. That means that there's 2 grams of dietary fiber for every bar. It says there's 10 bars in there. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20. So each bar must be 2 grams because it says there's 20. No, 4-ounce bar contains 20. Oh, sorry. Never mind. Retract that. I need to read. The 4-ounce bar contains 20 grams of dietary fiber. The box of 9-ounce bars has 6 bars. How many grams of dietary fiber are in the 9-ounce bars? Okay. So they give you information that you don't need for this problem. I need to find the unit rate. It says use a unit rate to solve the problem. The 4-ounce bar contains 20 grams of dietary fiber. So how much would be a 1-ounce bar contain? So here's what I'm going to set up. From the problem, we know that there's 20 grams of fiber for every 4 ounces. So now I want to know the unit rate. I want to know how many grams of fiber would it be for a 1-ounce bar. How do I get from 4 to 1? Divide by 4. Whatever I do to the bottom, I do to the top. So 20 divided by 4 is 5. So me finding this unit rate tells me that there's 5 grams in every ounce. If I know that there's 5 grams in every ounce, and it's asking me for a 9-ounce bar, what is 5 times 9? 45. Oh. Oh, a box. They want to know for a box. Oh, Miss Lee is messing up. 9-ounce bars has 6 bars. So I need to take, this is for 1 bar. So I need to take this times 6. This is making mistakes. But that's okay. At least I can figure it out. I said 6, right? 6 bars, 270. Yeah, there's 6 bars. 270. Cross your fingers. Yep. So I found the unit rate from some different information, and then I used that unit rate to find out the 9-ounce bars, but then it says for a whole box, so then I had to take that number and multiply times 6. All right. I did it. So as always, there's question help there, but yeah, I need you to have all 6 of these mastery points by Monday. So then we can move on to our next investigation. All right, thank you.